Chapter 2. The next memory that I have, I remember my father coming home early, and we lived in a little rundown trailer. And back in those days, kids spent all their time outside. We had Tonka trucks, and we would play with Tonka trucks all day long. We could keep ourselves entertained playing Tonka trucks from the morning Mom would let us outside till the time we had to come in at night. We were playing Tonka trucks when Dad got home, and we were excited because for Dad to come home early was unusual. So it's like midday, and he grabs me and takes my hand and go in, and he goes, "We're taking you to school today." Well, I'm like, "What? You got to go to school. We're gonna register you for school." And I'm like, "Oh." And much as I am now, the thought of that large of change freaked me out. And I ran, and I hid, and I hid. We had a dog named Rusty. Wasn't the friendliest dog in the world, but he was an outdoor dog. He was hooked on a chain, and he had a doghouse. Well, I crawled into that doghouse, and I hid in the very back of that doghouse, like they weren't going to see me. It wasn't that big. They could see me. So here I am, thinking I'm a genius. I'm hiding. They're not going to find me. And so they come out, and I have it on authority that we weren't the most well-behaved kids in the world. And I gotta say, that's probably true. Thinking of some of the things we did. But my dad comes out, and he's talking to me. And my mother was there, and I vaguely remember Aunt Brenda being there. And I get told that if I came out, we could have McDonald's that night. So I come out, begrudgingly, and I remember being taken to the school. And I can remember, it's the old school there, it's still there, they still use it. We went in through the offices. I don't remember much about paperwork or anything. I think from more to the point, they took us into this little room that was up on the stage. It was like a little corner room. I had brown carpet, and they had a Little People's Farm on the floor. And I remember playing with the Little People's Farm, and Dad talked to them. And then there came time for them to talk to me, but I didn't want to leave Little People's Farm because that was awesome. So what they ended up doing was asking me the questions while I played. And I truly don't remember exactly what the questions were. I just remember being asked the questions. And so that's how I was registered for school. And from there, I can remember my first day going to school, which was a few months later. My dad drove us up to where Dad worked at SDS, and we got out, and I got on the bus at SDS. And I was scared. There was this woman in the driver's seat with glasses, blonde hair, heavyset woman, hugely intimidating. So I put myself in the back seat, very as far away from her as I could possibly get. And off to school we went. I don't remember much more about that day. I remember that Mrs. Maloney was my teacher, and I'm thinking it must have been some sort of Head Start or remedial kindergarten because I wasn't ready. But I do remember that during that first year, I got moved into the regular kindergarten. And Jason Duchette was in there. I remember he was in there. I don't remember much more than that, but I do remember he was in there. I don't think he stayed there long, and maybe I'm remembering that wrong, but I think something happened. I think he got beat up or something. I don't remember. I could be remember. Jason could probably fill us in on that. Regardless, I do remember this very clearly, that there was one day where there was a substitute, and for some reason I was so proud. I found this pen at home that had an eraser on it. It looked like a pencil, but it was a pen. And I was so proud of it. It was white with blue stripes, had the eraser on top, and it wrote in blue ink. And I thought that where it had an eraser on it, it would erase. Well, I thought wrong. And I got in trouble for using a pen. Not like major trouble, but I just remember the teacher talking to me and taking the pen. And I remember giving it back to me at the end of the day and saying, take it back home. And that, my friends, is, friends, that is what my next memories are.